going inside. These are the paintings, all of which I got lucky and got from treasure chests. So those are my 3 paintings. That blue light up there, that's the light of Meridia. That's the 10,000 gold light of Meridia. Again, you be the judge. Epic. This hanging, swaying lantern is crafted. Crafted it, put it there. There's the Nord bowl of soup that I crafted that I was telling you about. This is the fireplace that came with this house, and it is interactive. All the lamps are interactive, by the way, too. Crafted or otherwise. This chair, if it says use, you can sit on it. And that is a stool that was bought from just a normal housing vendor. And again, you had to buy this as part of the first housing initial starter quest. This basket is huge. Oh, and none of this stuff is resizable. The size you see is the size that it comes in. This giant basket full of some looks like clothing rolls is from the Cold Harbor luxury merchant, 1 week, and I actually plan on giving that to my Redguard when she gets her house. This is a hist egg, and I got that as from one of the achievement merchants in from the achievement merchant, I should say, from the achievement housing merchant in Shadowfen, I do believe. This common lantern, again, you can turn it on or turn it off, and that is a crafted lantern. The bowl here that I managed to get in to here, I managed to put it in there. It wasn't too hard to get it in there either, but that's a crafted bowl. This counter is a crafted counter. The I don't know, butcher knife is you can craft one, but I bought that one because if it's not too expensive and it is buyable, I will buy it, simply because, again, the whole thing about finding mats and finding recipes, and I would rather spend the mats on things like this than things like this if I have the choice. So I bought that and placed that there. This comes from one of the achievement merchants, but I don't remember which one. So that was a purchase. This Nord hutch, it's a Nord rough hutch, was crafted. This is a dark elf lantern, was also crafted. These are soul gems, which I believe came from the luxury merchant in Cold Harbor. I believe it did. I could be wrong, but I believe that's where that came from. But I know it was a purchase. I didn't make that. This chair, the 2 chairs and the table, individually crafted by me, because I had the recipes, showed you when I was going through the woodworking stuff. The candle, I thought I bought, but I don't remember from where. And it is possible, yeah, I'm pretty sure I bought that from one of the regular housing vendors. And then the soup here, the soup bowl, I bought. I crafted. As you can see, there's no utensils. I know that utensils exist because I saw them in the store. But, yeah, I have not found a recipe for any utensil yet. So I just have a bowl of soup there and nothing to eat it with. This pile of lumber here was purchased from the regular housing vendor. And that's it for this side. So this is my, cooking and I guess living side, so to speak. And then my private side over here is where the bed is. This is crafted. I thought this was actually going to be a lot smaller than it turned out to be. It is called, and it is a blacksmithing recipe, it is called a dark elf basin. So I'm thinking, face. This obviously is not a face basin. So I'm just going to call it a slightly small bathtub, and that's how I'm going to treat it. This is the other rough stool that I had to purchase as part of the initial quest. This is a dark elf banded urn. That's a crafted. the light came with the house. This is the Wood Elf's leather stool that I showed you earlier. It is a stool, that's why when I hover over it, it says use, but I'm using it obviously as a side table. I could put something on it if I wanted to. This, but then of course if you accidentally click on it, you'll just sit and it'll look funny. This is the Breton rug that I liked. This is a high elf bed. I do not have this recipe. My friend made this for me in exchange for making him the Nord bed, which I do have the recipe for. So I at least wanted an elf recipe. I thought this was more appropriate. So he made this for me, and I made the Nord bed for him because he plays a Nord. This is the Nord the Nord chest that I had showed you at the woodworking station. As you can see, very pretty, very detailed. It's gray, but very fitting. This is the quote-unquote carved tea table. Doesn't look like a tea table to me. Looks like an end table. That's why it's sitting here. But this was purchased from the regular housing furniture vendor. This, the Hughes Bane lantern, as you can, this is what I was talking about, that a lot of the things that they initially were selling in Cold Harbor a few weeks ago were more along the lines of Redguard. This is one of those things. And this is actually going to not be here once I get my Redguard's house. This is going to move to my Redguard's house, but for right now it's going to sit here. And that is it for as far as how much I have furnished my house right now, and the reasons why right now it is somewhat sparsely furnished. But I do want to show you one more thing, and that is my friend's house. Again, he has the exact same house, but it is furnished. He didn't mind expending all of his wood at different parts. I don't like being completely empty of something. In the case that I run into a recipe and it's like, oh, I have got to craft this, and then, oh, I don't have it. So but he doesn't mind doing that, so he has definitely more decorations than I do. So let's see if I can get into his house, and then I will show you that. Okay, so this is my friend Albion's house, and as you can see, he's done more than I have, both inside and out. So he put a Nord bench out here, and I know, I'm more than positive that's crafted. I know this is crafted because I have this thing. These may have been purchases. These large mushrooms, in fact, I'm pretty sure they are. The lizard is, of course, one of his non-combat pets. And then he has an area over here for his horse. His horse doesn't move either. And this is a Khajiit, I believe, thing that he has used as a stable with a trowel and a bag of feed and all that good stuff. And I'm hoping to be able to get something similar to shove mine up under. This is another one of his non-combat pets that he has. And then he has, he actually made one of, see how big this thing is? I have this wheelbarrow. I'm not sure if it, I guess it came with the hay. But he was willing to put it here, but I'm like, it's too big, in my opinion, for me. Now, it fits here fine. The design definitely looks Nordish and all that kind of stuff. But you can see that it is quite large. Makes sense where he has it, but I'm just a wheelbarrow for that. There are so many houses that would not be appropriate for. That wouldn't fit. The in-room is a good example. Here is, now he did make it. Okay, so here is his divider. And he's not all that fond of it, but I think he's gotten more fond of it once he saw mine. A picture of mine. So, yeah, this is the only way that you can divide currently your houses. This game will be so much, the housing will be so much better when you can actually, hopefully they will introduce walls even if they're half walls, it'll be better than just the dividers, because as you can see how small they are. But he's done a nice job. Here is the Redguard curtain. Some other things that he's made. This is the bed that I made for him, the Nord bed. He has the chest here, a little end table thing. It's not interactable, but here's one of the books that I was telling you about. He bought one of those sets of books, and this is one of them because you can place them anywhere. He told me, the one thing that I know he told me he was a little frustrated about was how difficult it is to flip the books so that if you actually wanted them to stand in a bookshelf. So he hasn't done that. Instead, he's like stacked them or put them, you know, like this is a good spot right on the nightstand. He has another one on the shelf, and this one isn't interactable either. I don't know if any of them are. This is another. These are crafted. I'll tell you that. That's crafted. That nightstand is crafted. This humongous. It kind of looks like a table, doesn't it? Nope. That really is a shelf, and it's a Nord shelf. It looks like a table, but it is a Nord wall shelf. That's what it is, and he has it appropriately. That's the painting that I gave him, that I got out of a chest. This, I love this desk, but I believe it's actually Breton. And then the chair, both of these are craftable. Some more books, and the Nord candle cup, that is a craftable. I have that recipe as well. This is, I believe this is Breton, because I believe I have the same one. The Breton bookshelf that he would have liked to have put his books on, but had such a difficult time doing it. He was like, screw it, I'll just put it here. This is a trestle instead of a table. This is a dark elf chair, and why? Because those are the only chairs we've been able to find recipes for so far. But this is a trestle. I forgot whose trestle it is. It might be Breton. Don't remember. A couple plates. This huge thing looks like a vase. Yeah, that's a cup. I don't think it's a cup, but yeah, it's listed as a cup. This pot is craftable. That covered pot is also a craftable. The clothesline is bought. That is that Nord urn that I had showed you, and he has it just sitting over there. A couple more books. His puppy, and this is how he decided, I will give him props for this. That is how he decided to use that orc bedding. So he gets props for that one. That is a good use for that. I know he was talking to me about this the other day, about how he wished the dog would lay down on it because it would look better. Because, of course, the animals don't move. So whatever position they're in, that's pretty much how they stay. So he just stands on his bed there. This is from an achievement vendor, but I don't remember which one. This is also this is a different version of a hissed egg. Mine is one version that I believe I got from Shadowfen. I don't remember where he got his, but it has to do with the question that we did. Here's a bowl, of course, he put down here for the dog. I don't remember which bowl this is, but I'm pretty sure I have it as well. This was the original set that they make you buy as part of the quest. Again, it's only about 300, maybe 400 gold, and I believe the candle is also part of it. I won't tell you why they make you buy it, because if you do the quest, it makes sense why they make you buy it, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't done it yet. So he just left that over there. Basket with the lid. And then he has this crafted bar thing with stuff that I believe is both crafted and bought. Like, I believe this vial thing, I believe, is crafted, but I think the horn is purchased from one of the achievement vendors. I know the carrot is crafted. That vase that's supposed to be a cup is crafted. The bowl is crafted. The plate is crafted. This thing, and I can't remember what it's called, is purchased. The pumpkin is crafted. Baskets are crafted. This is the Nord hutch crafted, and a large Nord candle also crafted. And the Breton, you've already seen this, but this is the Breton rug, and then he has a couple other rugs that he used as well, all crafted. So yeah, he's done more in his house than I have. The pictures, this was the one that he got out of a chest. I love that picture. And it can be a little difficult. I don't know where he got that from. I wonder if he got that lantern. It sounds like something from like Cold Harbor or something, but that's a purchase. That I can tell you. Okay, this part of the video is actually out of order because I forgot about the different achievement vendors. So every city in a zone will have one achievement vendor. However, in the capital city of each faction, there will be 3 achievement vendors. So that's going to be Vocal Guard for the Altamari Dominion. That's going to be Mournhold, which is where I'm at, for the Ebonheart Pack. And then that's going to be Wayrest for the Daggerfall Covenant. So, going to show you the difference between the 3 achievement vendors. So the first one here is basically, I don't know what else she might sell, but I know she sells stuff from events, because events also have achievements. So from her, you can get the furniture items of the Tree Jester, large and small, but notice you have to have the achievements in order to be able to purchase them. So she is the achievement vendor for events. Then we have the zone achievement vendor. So in this case, this is Deshawn. The zone is Deshawn, and I'm in Mournhold. So in this case, we're talking about just, again, like trophies, more or less. Although I do want to see what this is. I'm going to buy this while I'm here. And this was, I had reported this as a crafted rug. It's not. It's a bought rug. And then I believe this Requilary, I believe that might be that box, but I'm not no, it can't be, because I bought it and I wouldn't have paid $50,000 gold for it. So not quite sure what that is, but I'm sure it's up online somewhere. Then the next one is the regular housing furniture that I'm going to show you. And the reason I'm going to show you is, again, because there is some variation. Not a lot, but there is some. And this is those huge mushrooms that you saw in my friend's house. That's where he got these from. And then lastly is the last achievement vendor, which I don't even know how to describe her. I know a lot of this stuff has to do with Mournhold, but not all of it. But it's definitely based on certain achievements that you've accomplished. So in this case, like, unfortunately, once you have the achievement, it doesn't tell you what the achievement is. But I know because this is Cold Harbor, it had to be a Cold Harbor achievement. This is also where I got that display craft bag. So whatever I did to get it, this is where I got it from. The soul gems also came from here. They have different ones, but I know this is where I got the pack. See the soul gem stand. It actually has soul gems in it. So, or it was the stand or the crate. No, it had to be the stand, because that wasn't a crate that I have in my house. And then there's some other things like this flesh astronaut. That's definitely Cold Harbor. And then there's some other things that I just haven't done, like the vampirism thing. This lantern of that's what he had hanging up in his house. Do you remember that red lantern? That's what this is. I thought it was something related to Cold Harbor, but you can actually get it not in Cold Harbor, but from this particular merchant. So just wanted to, because I forgot all about the merchants that are only in the capital city. So you have a total of 3 achievement merchants that you could go to, and then of course every city in a zone has a Home's Good furniture, and then 1 achievement furniture that is related to achievements for that zone. So we're going to continue on with the rest of the last part of the final video that's wrapping up my thoughts. And that's it. So that has been my experience so far in crafting, or I should say, in housing in ESO. It's been a mixed bag. I mean, it has a lot of potential. So, in spite of all the barking, I'll say, that I've done about the materials, the drop rate of the materials, and the drop rate of the recipes, it has a lot of potential. The houses are very pretty. There is quite a bit that you can do with them. They would be more, like I said, if you could have walls or at least half walls that you could craft, that would make it even better. If you could just adjust the size of some of the things, that would be cool too. I do like the fact that it is free formed instead of hooks as far as placement, because it gives you a lot more options that way. So I definitely appreciate that. I like the fact that you can sit in the chairs. I wish that they would make a use for the beds. I don't know if they have anything that has like water in them, so basins and that type of thing, because that would be nice. I have a picture that I can make, but I don't know if it has water in it or if it's even in such a way that you could tell if it had any water in it. I would like to see more things like that to again make things look more homey, but lots of potential. I hope that they keep adding things and improving things, adding recipes. Let me be more specific. There are plenty of things in housing are in the store. I will say this, I'm not going to show it because I am an ESO subscriber and therefore I pay to play, and I don't want to pay for I refuse at this point to pay for housing items because I already support the game, and in my opinion I should be able to furnish my house with in-game things either through money or through crafting the way the things were set up. So I'm not going to show what's in the store. I will tell you, however, that there are lots of things in the store. If you go in the store regularly, you will only be able to see things that are in groups. But if you access the store from your house, you can get into a menu where you can buy things individually. And if you're interested in that kind of thing, that would be much more economical, and you can actually buy, like you can buy a fork, a knife, a spoon in order to decorate your house. But again, I'm refusing to do that at this point. And it's not like I'm opposed to buying things in games. I've bought stuff for my ESO houses, but they were to augment things that I already could craft. There's so many things in EverQuest 2 that I could craft for my house that I didn't feel bad about buying something from the store. The same could be said for Lotro or Swotor. There are just so many things that you can acquire for your house in game that, for me personally, if I really just want something extra, there's this one really cool thing that's on the store, then I don't feel bad about buying it. But in this case, with it being so early in housing, it has a taint of a money grab to me when they're making it so difficult to acquire recipes and to acquire the mats to make those recipes. It's not hard, it's grindy. Very, very grindy, unnecessarily so. But you could just pop into the store and furnish your house if you want to spend real money. And that's why, to me, it feels like a money grab. But so far, it's okay. Lots of potential. I hope the potential increases. I hope the next time that I do a video, I will have I will have my Redguard house up, and I will have more items that I can furnish both houses with, and we'll have collected enough mats to do so. I already have my Redguard house picked out, so I know which one of those, and it's going to be similar to this one. It'll just be in the Redguard style. Haven't gotten to that section of the game yet through the questing chain, so it'll be a while, and she still has to get money because I don't really trade back and forth money between tunes that much. So that's the plan. The plan is, when I get my Redguard house up and running, to do another video. It should be a couple months from now, so that I can say how housing has come along. I might wait. I think I might do it in front of the Morrowind expansion, which is coming in June. We'll just have to see how all of this goes. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I'll put some more out there. It's not like I haven't made videos, I just haven't edited them and published them. So hopefully I'll get some of my backlogged videos out there and keep things going.